Well, that's a tiny mystery item. I don't know what it is, but it's not so far away from, I don't know if you watch my 10-hole hunts, but one of them I found a pocket watch and a watch face surround, and I don't know if that could be part of the pocket watch. Could be. Anyway, randomest finders. Moving on. Well, my next find is another one of these training rounds. Found a lot of these in this area in the woods. I'm on the edge of a woodland here, so must have strayed slightly. Yeah, okay, on to the next. And always recheck your holes. There was another one in there. Looks like there's only one, but that's two. Somebody must have had a little pocket spill of training rounds. Okay, see you at the next. Oops, dropped my detector, which is never good. There's a whisper of signal here. Jumpy, it's raining. Difficult to pinpoint that. It's okay that way. It's a very small target, whatever that is. Should have my headphones on and pick up these smaller targets easier. It's either a very, very small target or I was going to say it's down deep, but it's not down deep, which is good. Hopefully. But it is in there. And really? Oh. I don't know. That might have been something interesting at some point. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously round. It could have been a pendant. It does look like there's some detail on it. It's very brittle. I'll have a look, see if I can find some more of this. Could be cool. Is that number 8? I think it's number 8. Moving on. Well, I have no idea what that is. Contra something. Dr. Wild, I think it says. I think it's some kind of tablets for something. Funny, never found one like that before. Okay, moving on. Well, not a metal detecting find, although I am metal detecting it. It is a find, so. Oh, now that's interesting. Now, you probably can't see on this camera, but there's actually a tick on that feather. So I have to be a little bit careful. Didn't expect them to be in the field like that, but yeah, tiny little tick. I have to check myself well afterwards. I can see him, I think, perhaps just walking along that stem there. Okay, put him in the woods, and I will, yeah, check myself well afterwards. Moving on. So I have a target in the clump here. It's 2830. So have a look together. Is it a piece of trash? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. It is a piece of trash. Cool. Moving on. Well, that's an interesting find that just came up. I don't know exactly. I think it's some kind of cufflink. On the back here there is a tiny, just catch a little bit of silvering, so I think it must have been silver plated at some point. And there is like a pattern running down it, diagonally across. So I think that's a cufflink. Very cool. Always like to find these personal items. Yeah. Moving on. Okay, I just found that what I think is a cufflink just over here, and got another signal. Just pulled the plug over. Jumpy signal. Don't know if it's going to be another one of those cufflinks. But let's have a look together on this one. It's in the hole somewhere. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that wasn't what I was expecting. Now, the question is, coin or button? That ooh, I don't know. Actually, I was gonna say I think that's a coin, but now that's, I think, that's a shame. Look how thin that thing is. I was absolutely sure that was a coin for a moment. But there's some silvering there, and there looks to be a lump in the middle there, so I think that's... No. Okay, there's something else here too. There's like a clasp. Eh? Oh, don't do that. Have to clean that up later. Could it be a coin that's been made into something? Doesn't make sense to me, that doesn't. Anyway, you'll see that later. Moving on. Well, it's nothing particularly special. It's a button of some kind. It obviously was, you know, it's been squished in, it was stood up. I don't know after cleaning if I'll get much off that. Yeah, it's a shame, because over there, or over there, as Robbie Cole, the Dinnington detectorist, would say, I can't do his accent actually, it's awful, but he's a fantastic guy, fantastic channel. And the Cheshire metal detecting channel, I think it's called, Tom, both of them great guys, can't fault them. Great channels. If you get a chance, check them out. I will try and remember to put the links below, but you know, I'm not so good at remembering that stuff. Right, anyway, stop yabbering. Over there, there's clearly been one hell of a battle. Hundreds and hundreds of lead bullets and musket balls, and even some small round shot from the grape shot from cannon fire. And the only buttons that I found a few coins, early 1800s, around Napoleon's time, but I haven't found anything to identify who those guys are on that side of the valley. There are no uniform buttons, only ordinary flat buttons. This could be something, and what I've got to do is get on the other side of the valley, which would be over to the right, opposite that area, and have a look if I can find some proper uniform buttons to tell me if it was Napoleon's army on one side and then the local guys on the other, which is my what I'm suspecting. But everything's very long here and I have to wait, but the guy who gives me permission on that ground said he can get me more permissions on the other side, which I think is amazing of him. Oh, buzzard, missed it. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I do far too much for that, and I will get back to you in a bit. Well, that's quite a nice find actually. Part of a buckle. As far as I know, that's part of a snake buckle, but I'm not entirely sure. They might have different types out here. But yeah, could also be just a, you know, horse tack or something like that, I guess. Anyway, kind of interesting. Moving on. Well, that's the next thing up, and at first I had no idea what that was, but now I think it's either a spoon or a fork handle. Obviously the top's missing, and there would have been a bowl here, I think, although my imagination does get the better of me. By the looks of it, it's pewter. Yeah, but an interesting find nonetheless. Moving on. Well, that's another mystery item. If any of you guys recognize that, then please let me know. I mean, is it like a note of something? Like a not a harmonica. Oh, the other one. No, what is it called? Cunts, I should know that. Anyway, is it one of those? I don't know. Do they have one of those? Don't even know. Anyway guys, mystery item. Moving on. I'm going to bring you in for this one, guys, because it's a 3031. Now on the other side of the valley that would mean coin or button. But what it means on this side, I don't actually know yet. No. Okay. Sorry guys, bottle cap. Not worth you looking at. Realities of detecting. Moving on. Well, that's a really cool find. I find them cool. Part of a harmonica reed, I think. It actually is very heavy, so it could be lead. That would surprise me. Could also be pewter, I guess. But you can see it still has the I don't know what you call them, teeth, prongs, still attached. That one's broken. Yeah, cool find. Moving on. So what do we have here? Sorry about any wind noise in the background, guys. Okay. That's really heavy, and by the looks of it, that's a lid off probably off a drinking cup of some kind. It's got that hinge point there, so it would hinge up and down, but that's heavy. Wow. I'll have to clean it up later and have a look if there's anything written on it, but that's a really cool find. Okay, moving on. I have no idea. I'm sure somebody out there would be able to tell me. It's copper, I think. Yeah. Okay. Something to do with horses, maybe? Who knows? Maybe you do. Moving on. Well, I have no idea about that. It's been really nicely cut. It's a nice shape. There's absolutely nothing on it. I don't know if it's aluminium. It's very, very shiny. It's got a little bit of weight to it, but I don't know what to think about that. Moving on. Well, I wouldn't normally show the rings that I'm finding, you know, they're mostly rusty iron rings. But this one's different, and you can see it's got a ridge on the inside of here. So I'm pretty sure that's another watch face. Goes around, you know, holds the beveled glass in. But yeah, cool. Wonder if that fits that watch surround that I found previously. I'll have a look at that later. Moving on. Well, what on earth did I just find? Yeah, it is what it is. No idea. That's bending in there, so that's some kind of material. Still don't know. Any ideas? It's definitely not a door knocker. Moving on. So a wrap up to this one. Okay, well, lots and lots of stuff. Where do I begin? Rubbish, bits of rubbish. A whole bag full of rubbish actually that came out of the ground. But some of it's copper, so I'll put that aside. What did I find? This. I don't know what this is. Could have been something interesting, but it's not anymore. Can't make out anything on it. It's quite reasonably old. Cufflink, really nice find. Has lines down here. On the back you can just make out in certain lights that there would have been a little bit of gold gilding on that. I do really love finding personal items like that, so I was very happy with that. This, which I'll try to show you, if I don't drop it. In fact, bear with me guys, I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay. So, if you watched the 10-hole hunt, you would have seen that I found a watch case. Now, this was actually really close to it, and I think, look at that, that's the front piece of that watch. Now, that's really unusual to find that. I'm hoping I can find the movement, but I haven't found it so far. It might be totally crushed. Now, if you watched the previous one, you would have also seen that I found a pocket watch as well as a watch surround. And I'm wondering whether this piece, and I think I found another piece, although I can't find it at the moment, could be, you know, something out of the pocket watch, or is it out of a musical instrument? I don't know, but maybe one of you guys can tell me. This had my heart racing, really. I thought for a moment when it came out of the ground, that's got to be a hammered coin. But then I saw that on the back, and I have no idea what's going on here, because yes, it looks like it might have been a button at some point, but there's like a bit of metal sticking up here out of this silvered stuff. So I don't know what they were trying to do with this. Yeah, it's interesting, but it's not what I was hoping for. But it's so thin. It's hammered. It's round. I mean, they don't, as far as I know, they don't do love tokens or stuff here. So I have no idea. Randomest stuffers, you know, a bit of a spoon or something, a piece of pewter, don't know what that was. A very, very shiny, but I believe to be aluminium tag that wasn't stamped with anything. A harmonica reed, which is actually made of lead because it's bendable, which is a surprise to me, but I guess they didn't have a lot of money. An interesting buckle. I quite like to find these Dr. Wild & Co. Basel. This is actually a painkiller tube, tablets for headaches and various other things. You don't want to read the what's in it because you wouldn't take it if you read it. I don't know. Don't know what that could have been off. Some kind of tag, I guess. Mystery item. Not a door knocker. No idea. Could it have had a bell attached to it? That's material. That's a thick piece of leather. So maybe it's off a horse thing. Maybe normally we find the rings and not normally the whole of it. I don't know. This is heavy. I don't know what it is exactly. I'm guessing it's some kind of horse tack, but I'm not sure. I'm sure one of you out there is going, it's a so-and-so. So if you know what that is, please let me know. I would be very interested. This, one of the stars of the show, this is the lid off something. It's really incredible. It's beautifully made. This is for Basel. I've yet to find out what these other stamps are. You can see this is like a weighing scales. I don't know what that one is, and it has the circular pattern inside it. These two arms, and there is this, so it's a lid off something, so it would have swiveled up and down. There is no writing on the inside, but it's very heavy and very, very cool. Very happy with that. And this one I didn't film. I found a lot of iron and rings and stuff. They're all in the bag, and then they're just normal stuff that I found, and I didn't realize. I thought this was another one, and it isn't. As you can see, there's a really nice pattern around that, and it's quite old. Some kind of buckle, I guess, although I can't see where it attaches to. Don't know. But it's not just the ring. And I mean, this one I will have to hand in because I think it's reasonably old. Some of this modern stuff, obviously they're not interested in the farming stuff and painkiller tubes and old bullets. These are training rounds, 57, TA and the 10 on the top, and those three are the same stamps. This one is different, TT 69 with the 10 on the top, and that's actually the inside of one of these. So this is what it looks like without that plastic casing on. And then you've got this one, which is an unfired one, TT 8 on the top. It looks like D2 on the bottom, or no, 82, sorry. 82 on the bottom, and then a 2 in between the 82 and the T. I don't know, some of you guys love this ammunition stuff, so maybe you can tell me. I don't know what else. The buckle, I think I went over that. I think I've done all of it. Oh, yeah. Botany thing, which unfortunately there's nothing left on it to tell me what it's from. So still not identified the armed forces that were in the area, but I'm working on it, and at some point I'll figure it all out, and the penny will drop. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and more coming soon.